Okay, so the VP's all unloaded. What we're going to do now is just put it on the hoist and actually what I got to do is get the bits out of the boot, which I didn't have to finish the motor. They're all in here, so let's look what is in here actually. The clutch, flywheel, pressure plate, all this injection setup we don't need. I already replaced the water pump with a new one, distributor, and yeah, look, here's the crank pulley, water pump pulley and all that. So what I've done is I've just taken the heater hoses out, cruise control. That stuff you do not need for a race car. So engine bay, we're just working out what wires to get rid of and what not, because obviously going carburetor. There's the engine here, so we'll just pull it out. So the other day when I done all the side frost plugs, see, they're done and they're done, but this was sitting on an engine stand, so obviously we couldn't get them from behind. So what we'll do here is just put them in while it's on the crane. Yeah, obviously you got a lot more access to them, so we'll put them in. Okay, so it's definitely a lot harder putting them in while it's swinging to stationary, but so those are done. Now we need the plug for the back of the camshaft, but we just realized the one we do have is the wrong size, so we'll have to think about what we're going to do from here. It looks good, almost looks too good for this body now, but means we've done our job right. So yeah, we've fitted everything. We've got rid of most of the loom that runs to the computer and all that. We've just been tidying the wiring up a little bit around here. It was a mess before we started. Radiators in, a new hose here. We run the wiring along here. Unfortunately, we didn't have some of these fittings to put the sensors in. We needed an extra one we didn't realize and stuff like that, so this is all part of it. But because it's the New Year's and all that, we can't just run to the shop at the moment. But it's alright, so we've done all of that. I'll put her up and show you what else we've carried on. Okay, so now we're just going to be pulling this plastic stone guard off. We'll take a strap off here and here. We'll pull the fuel pump out from here. This is your EFI fuel pump, and we will be pulling that out and replacing it with a hose that can reach the bottom of the tank. And we have that EFI Holly Blue, so we're going to have to mount that up into here somewhere, and we're also going to be blocking this return off at the tank, so we'll get into that. So we've got a blank off plug as well. This goes where the O2 sensor goes in the header, so we'll be blocking that off. This is the original fuel sender. Normally it would have a pump here, but what we've done to a filter, but what we've done is we have just welded a pipe down, so it goes, the pickup goes to the bottom of the tank, and we've just put some gauze on the end of it, so no shit will go up into the fuel pump. So it'll sit in the tank like that, just sit at the bottom like factory, apart from, yeah, it obviously doesn't have the EFI fuel pump, but it'll work a treat. So we're just waiting on some parts so we can carry on. Here's a new oil pump. This is, new distributor, not using the old one. Got some fittings in here, new hoses, oil, antifreeze, all that. So we got this pipe here that's going to be running from there to the water pump and a block off, so we'll be blocking one of them off, and our brass fittings are all arrived, so we'll just glue all that together and then work out where all these sensors go here. Oh yeah, and we got the plug for the back of the camshaft, so we'll be able to tap that in as well. So I've just put that blank off plug for the back of the camshaft in. I'm just going to be putting the flywheel in now, clutch, all that, get it all ready to put the gearbox in. Still got to put the fuel sender back in and hook up the fuel lines to that. So we've got the fuel sender all back in, the pump's all plumbed in, new fuel filter up there, clutch, flywheel, pressure plates all back in, and the gearbox is all ready to go. So we just cleaned up the fork, the bearing, and just added a bit of grease to it, so that's good to go. So we'll be putting that back in any minute. It's coming along quite nicely. So what's happening now is we're just going to be putting the thermostat in, glue the thermostat housing up, bolt it down, and there's the new distributor, so we're just going to fit that. And so it looks like it's pretty much ready for a fire up. We've managed to get power to the coil and then to the distributor. We've also hooked up the fuel pump now, so you can hear it. It's priming itself, so we'll just make sure there's no leaks. The exhaust has all been painted. Man, how good does that look? Okay, so the pump's working, it's got power, yeah, there's no fuel leaking out, there's a new fuel filter, so everything's looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I've just left the coil disconnected. I'm just going to turn it over and let it get some oil pressure. Got fuel. He's alive. Radiator hose is all on, and we've found out where all of these go, so gauge is all working now. So the only thing left to do is go for a drive, so let's see how it goes. First drive, take it down the motorway now, so yeah, we'll see what it's like on a proper drive. Hopefully there's not too much traffic, but it should be fun.
some sort of funny thermostat things that whoever built it before us had put in there, and we got rid of that. It's too unreliable. Worrying if your car's going to cook because you got some bunch of fan thermostat set up, you know what I mean? So happy with the car, everything's perfect. Good little motor. They've just been for maybe 10-minute drive. Perfect. First drive, it's gone on. Benches rowdy, listen to the chop. Side pipe straight out there, sounds a bit like crap. But it breathes, it's the main thing. Look at these Aucklanders all getting angry with each other. Front kickback.
So here we have the end product. I'll start it up. This is as far as I'm going to go. I could go a lot further with this build, believe me, but I think it's a good time to stop here.